Good afternoon, everybody. It is Sunday, October 6th. I didn't think I was going to be able to do a podcast today because I had meant to do it through the week on my vacation, but I thought I had forgotten my little, my portable tripod. So I didn't have anything to balance my phone against when we were at the cottage. And then I got home and realized it was in my backpack the whole time and I just didn't see it. So anyway, but, and then I didn't think I was going to be able to do it when we got home today because we had to take the car to the garage, blah, 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 blah. But we got that done early. It's about 3 o'clock, 3:30. So we're going to bang one out. Now, today's episode is about cozy knits. I wanted to do kind of a theme today, but I do have a couple of updates to show you on projects, so I'm just going to go through those really quick. There's nothing earth-shattering there that's occurred, and then we are going to go through some cozy knits. And my point of doing the cozy knits idea was that I have the urge to knit as many Christmas gifts as I can. Number one, because I have a lot of yarn, so it's cost effective. It's a time involvement, but not a cost involvement because the money's already been spent. That's my plan for some of the family members. There's others that it's like it's not really, it doesn't make sense to do that. And so in that case, you know, I'll figure something else out. But there's also some cozy knits. I'm just in the mood to knit cozy right now. And I did a Musselburgh hat, which I can't show you right now because I had to, I didn't knit it quite long enough. I did knit it because I did the adult small. And I did knit it to the, I think it was 17 inches it said. But when I put it, and this was pre-blocking, so when I kind of put it inside one end, inside the other, and put it on, it was a little looser than what I wanted. Not to a big degree, but I thought, well, when I flip the brim up, that'll sort of, I think, fix it. But I didn't have enough length to it to flip the brim up without, like, the brim would only be like that much. Otherwise it would start to go like, get a little too high up on my head. So this was pre-blocking. So I thought when I block it, I'm going to kind of aggressively stretch it because I wanted a much kind of wider brim. So I'm going to try that. So that's what I'm doing right now. And when I stretched it out and measured it, it was like 27 inches from tip to tip. So I think I've solved my problem. I may have overcorrected, but we'll see. So I'll show you that probably next episode or in the October vlog. I am like seriously dehydrated. When we go on vacation, normally I'll drink about at least one of these. Sometimes I get closer to 2 of these a day. And when I go on vacation, for some reason, my water drinking falls by the wayside. And so I feel like I'm really dehydrated today. Okay, enough of that. Let's go and just do a few quick updates on what I have been working on. So here are, oh, you know what? Oh, where's, okay, good. Did I forget my glasses? No. So I'm doing a pair of Croy socks for a family member. And this individual has rather large feet, especially compared to mine because I have like really small feet. I have size 5 feet. I do have 2 balls and I am hoping this is going to be enough to finish, but I'm thinking I've got maybe to here to go. So I think I'm going to have enough, but I'm going to have like just enough. So what I decided to do was just make it, I call these bed socks. I don't know why, or house socks. Because they are going to be shorter on the leg, like the heel starts here. So they're just going to be, you know, just a little above the ankle. So they're not really like wear inside your boots kind of socks, but they're really good for like kicking around the house kind of socks. So this is the one that, and I cast this on yesterday, and it's knitting up pretty quickly. I'm just really hoping that's going to be enough to do one sock. And then I have the second one, and I don't think I have any extra of these. I'm going to double check my sock stash, but I don't think I do. I think this is the only two of this colorway that I have. So I'm really hoping it fits. The other one I knit is from the Flotta sock, which is, I believe, a German brand. Yep, from Germany. So this is literally just like a plain gray sock. Sock blockers. I don't know if I grabbed the right one, but I think I did. So nice. Anyway, kind of, there we go. So that is just like a plain gray sock. There's really not much to say for that. That's for my husband. So I have his stocking this year, so I need some stocking stuffers, and I haven't knit him a pair of socks in a while. So these are currently, both of them, shoved into my Fringe Supply bento bag. So the other thing that I was knitting on was my DRK sweater, and I just kind of picked up working on this yesterday when I needed a break from the socks. And I am, so I am on the hem. I am going, hem? Yeah, hem. I'm going to knit it, I think, probably this long. I want a bit of a longer hem on it than what I think I had on my other one, if memory serves. And then I'm on to the sleeves, and then we're good to go. And I'm also going to make the sleeves probably, I think my sleeves on the one I have right now probably come to like where my watch strap is. And like maybe like, yeah, like they're not as long as I want them to be. So I'm going to add an extra inch. So this is being knit out of a loft in the silver, and that's the mohair green, and then held with the Quince & Co. Finch, and this is the, oh my god, I forget the name of this colorway, Wasabi. That's the Wasabi colorway. So it's making a nice kind of marled effect. It's actually, oh no, actually that's pretty close. So it is making a nice kind of gray and green marled effect, which I like. So that's in the works. I might put a little more. I might try to finish off the hem today if I have time. I'm gonna get this filmed today. I will not get it edited today because it's like getting late. And the other thing that has been getting some love is the blanket that I'm knitting, which is similar to the one that I did last year in the sense that it's made out of fisherman's wool and it is like a TV blanket. But this one is being knit out of 3 colorways, and rather than the strips going kind of vertical, these are going across, lateral, right? So this is what it looks like. I'm doing repeats of, started with the brown and then the kind of birch, and then this one is called oatmeal, and I love it. I love this oatmeal color. It's just, I don't know, there's just something about the shade of it that I really, really like. There we go. So this is going to be for my nephew, and I'm going to probably, I'm starting with the brown, so I'm probably going to do, I think, maybe 3 more repeats of this. And I did have to go on to Amazon, of all places, to order more of it. I went to 3 different stores in my neighborhood that normally always carried that yarn, and none of them have had it. And one of the girls working at the place that always carried it, I said, you know, I can't find it. Is it somewhere? Have you like put it somewhere else? Although you would think it would be with the yarn. I said, it's the fisherman's wool. And she just gave me a blank look. It was like, she was younger, maybe not a knitter. I said, it's wool. It's comes in like kind of a big hank like this, or skein like this. I said, it's a thicker wool. I was like describing it, and she was just looking at me blankly. And then she just said, well, if it's yarn, it would be with the yarn. Okay. That's kind of what I have been working on for the most part. Now, I'm going to open my computer because that's where I stored them. So what I'm going to do is just kind of put a picture up here. Little sewing room. The first one is from Espace Tricot. They put a lot of their patterns, like their patterns used to always be free, and I know that they are charging for some of them now. This one, I believe, is still a free pattern. So it's called Flying Solo, and it's this beautiful cowl, I guess, but it splits at the shoulders and then kind of comes down. So for me, I'm thinking that is going to be so good for when I'm walking the dog. Like, that's exactly what I'm going to need under my coat. It uses, now they're using Artful Yarns, and I think they hold it double, and I believe they use, it's a really simple pattern. And I think what you do is you start off holding one color double, and then it looks, if you can kind of see here, it looks like you then blend the next color with the first color, and then you blend the color after that with the next color, and then the bottom color is like a black, and it's like holding the black double, kind of like you held the cream double up at the top. That looks so cozy. I am just madly in love with that one. I think it's going to be a quick knit, and I think that it would make a good gift knit as well. The next one is, this is the, I want to do some pullovers, so sort of like basically sleeveless sweaters. The one that I'm looking at is the Ollie Slipover by Marita Harvey, and it's a paid for pattern. So that would be about $9.38 Canadian. And I just absolutely love, it just looks so cozy, and I think that's going to be perfect for wearing like my long sleeve shirts under when I just just need that extra cozy, like when you're in the house or something, or you want to go to the coffee shop. It's just like really a nice alternative to wearing a sweater. I absolutely love this. Now, she is knitting this out of Isolde yarn with mohair. So it's a silk mohair and then I would say maybe a sport weight. It's saying when you're done, it's a DK weight. That just looks super, super cozy to me. And I am here for it. The next one is, so I know I said I wanted to get away from doing basic sweaters, but this one just looks so cozy that I can't help it. It's the Everyday Jumper, and you can kind of see it here. It's got the split hem. So this is the Everyday, and it is by Avec Anna Knitting Designs. It's on Ravelry. The pattern is a paid for pattern. It's about $10.82 Canadian. It just looks so comfy. So that is on my list. But while I was looking at that one, I found this one. This one, I was watching a knitting podcast by, I'm blanking, but I'll put it down here. She had brought it up. She was going to knit it. And I thought, this looks so amazing. It has a split hem, and the bottom hem is like about this long. So you split it kind of right at where like your pants would start, basically. Now, granted, you can make that as long or as short as you wanted it, but I really like the length they have here. And it's just beautiful. It looks like it may have a rolled neckline, which I haven't done yet. So you can kind of customize it to your own liking, but it takes worsted weight yarn, a DK held double with a lace. It's just beautiful. It's a beautiful sweater. So this one is by, I don't know if it's Hoho Knitwear or JoJo Knitwear, but it's by Hobbi, Hobbi. And this is, it's like a wrap, but it has sleeves. And I'm trying to see, I'll try to put up some of the options of how you can wear it. But it looks like you would put your arms through the sleeves, and then you would take the back part and kind of like lift it up and wrap it around you and put it down like that. Does that make sense? I'll put a little picture up here that sort of shows it, but it looks really nice and it looks like a pretty easy knit. So this other one, this is another shawl. It's beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. This may be one of the most beautiful shawls I've ever seen. It's called the Lilong shawl. I think it means shawl, by Inese Sang, and that is a pattern on Ravelry. So it is made at fingering weight. It takes, looks like 2 colors, and she uses like a gray, and I'm gonna say that's a gold color. Skill level, intermediate, twisted stitches, corrugated 2-color ribbing, worked on the right side and the wrong side of the project, extensive section, sequence change. I don't know what that means. But it is stunning. And I would, where I did say I wanted to push myself this year, that's going in the queue, I think. No, I know it's going in the queue. It is going in the queue. It's just too beautiful not to go into the queue, and I would love to do it in colors similar to what she has here, which she's used La Biana May. I have plenty of gray yarn, and I think I may have a gold that will work, and if not, I can dye a gold to work. So that's the Lilong shawl by Inese Sang. The other thing I had on here, which was another sweater, this is my alternate, is the Traveler by Andrea Mowry. I have never knit a sweater that has a hood. And I know there's a version where you don't have to knit the hood, but I really, really love the idea of a hood, especially if you want to throw something out. It's maybe a rainy day, you don't, you just want to throw something on. You got the hood there if it starts to rain, like I am really tempted to try that. have never knit, like I've never knit a hood before, I don't think, ever. I can't think of one instance where I would have knit a hood, but I do really love how this looks. So I am seriously considering that one. And the last one was, of course, the Musselburgh hat. Now, Nitty Naughty, am I saying that? No, that's not right. Nitty Natty? I'll try to remember to put it down here. She has a tutorial on how to do the Musselburgh hat cast on, which is a little fiddly because I think you're doing, is it called a pinhole cast on? It's very fiddly. I found it very fiddly. There was a little bit of cursing going on when I was doing this, but I did manage it. I did get it done, and I think having done it once, it's probably going to be easier the second time. But I would like to try the cast on, the crochet cast on, which gives you the same, you can do the pinhole cast on if that's what it's called, but you can do it using a crochet hook, and it just looked so much easier. So I think I might try that. I do have a somewhere in this mess here, I have a crochet hook. So I think we're going to try that because I would like to knit a few more Musselburgh hats now that I have a better idea of like the length I need, and do that. So those are, shut that down. Those are kind of my cozy knit ideas for the fall and winter that I really want to kind of get started on. I know I'm also doing some, you know, gift knits at the same time. I've got a sweater that I want to cast on, the fletching, and also one that I have to finish, which is the DRK Everyday sweater. But, you know, I don't have to cast on everything right now. I think that's the thing I need to remind myself is you get a little overwhelmed when there's like so many projects on the go. But I'm going to concentrate on the Christmas ones and getting the blanket done and getting my sweater off the needles. But some of these can actually be Christmas gifts as well, like the Musselburgh hat, the cowl that the first one that I showed. Was it called the Everyday? Was it the Everyday Cowl? Anyway, the first one I showed. I think that's going to be kind of my project. There was also a Slipover that I didn't show you, and I'm considering it after I do the first one. But it has, I had mentioned, and I think the last episode that I wanted to try to do some cabling. I haven't done it in a long time, and I find it really difficult to follow the charts, but I do want to try doing one. And so this Slipover just has a panel kind of going down here that has the cable patterning in it, and it's beautiful. Actually, I'll try to remember to just stick a picture of it up here. I think I still have it on my computer, and I think that I would really like to try it, and I think that would be a good place to start. It's not like all over cable. I don't have to deal with sleeves or anything. I just have to kind of focus on this one part, and I think that's going to look really, really nice. So those are kind of what's on the go and what I am planning for some cozy knits for the fall and winter season. So what are you guys up to? Tell me below what your plans are for fall and winter knitting. Are you doing gift knitting, or are you being smart and just knitting for yourselves? Because I always think once I get into this, I really, really wish I was knitting for myself. Anyway, but for now, actually I forgot to say what I was wearing too, by the way. This is my first classic sweater by Espace Tricot. I knit this out of, I forget, it's Avec and mohair. I can't remember the mohair, but I have it in my notes on Ravelry, and I'll try to remember to put it down here. But this is probably, I would say, my favorite sweater. I love it. Absolutely love it. So that's it for me. I am going to go and start editing this. Might take me a few days to get that done because we're almost at supper time right now. And I'm back from vacation tomorrow. Back to work. So I love vacation. I love vacation. I am going to rock retirement. So I am going to let you guys go. I will catch up with you soon. There'll be the October vlog coming probably, I don't even know. It's still early October, so it might be 2 or 3 weeks before that comes out. But I'll keep you updated on what's going on. And until then, let me know what you guys are knitting on, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.